Hello, I'm gghgcat, and this is Seed Sunday, a weekly series where I show you seeds for Minecraft Xbox 60 and Minecraft PS3 that are particularly notable in some way. This week's seed is notable in some way because it makes for a very, very good Hunger Games map, just literally from making the seed, and it makes life a lot easier if you want to play Hunger Games. So, first of all, you might be thinking, Toycat, this isn't Hunger Games, where are all the chests, where are all the buildings, where are all the things to explore? And I want to quickly just clarify for most people what the difference between Hunger Games and survival games is. So I had to look this up a while ago because I honestly didn't know, and the difference is, it's not very commonly known as I said, is that Hunger Games is just pure survival, pure PvP, kind of like vanilla PvP but with a Hunger Games feel to it. Like there's limits to the map and there's, there can be some chests strewn about, but it's mainly about crafting, mining blocks, and survival games is mainly about the chests in the middle. It's about it's about finding chests. Like, you can't just mine for stuff. The idea is you're meant to find it in the chest. And that's the main difference between the two game modes. So this is talking about Hunger Games, the first one I talk about, and it's a very good seed for that. So first of all, before I tell you all about it, in case you want to use it, the seed is gghgcat. I get a little confused because I used to think it was HDGGcat. And basically it's on screen in the description if you want to use this. And it's a very, very nicely rounded seed. So I'm going to explain what I was looking for and why this is so perfect for it, because I wanted to find a Hunger Games seed for this week's live stream, because as you might know if you've been following the channel, I've been doing a lot more, PvP live streams. I've used my PvP map. I've just done, Hunger Games on a regular map, and I wanted to find a map that was actually built for the Hunger Games, like a seed that could just create it, and then I could alter it a little bit if I wanted to, for each challenge as stuff arose, like make a bedrock arena for the final showdown or whatever. And I went through so many seeds, and none of them seemed to fit the bill. And I realized what I needed was an island, which was a fair amount of size, and that had trees and had the resources that you needed, as well as having some caves and stuff. And this kind of fits just all of what I wanted in a seed. So, to quickly talk about the size, I think this is the perfect size you want in a seed for Hunger Games. So this is where you spawn, right on one of the edges. So from here you can go up to this island, which is just it's an isolated island, so it's really good to protect yourself. Not so good for actual resources. You have to dig down, and there's no trees, and yeah, that's pretty much this island. So it's, really good to fend off from, but you're really only getting a couple of caves, and there's no trees in sight. Or you can go to the south if you want, where there is, a single tree. There's some sugarcane. It's got the same thing, where you can kind of defend yourself a little bit, because there's only one way onto this through land, and the rest is through water. You can just head right into the middle of the island, where there's, 3 trees, so lots to fight for. Or you can head to this side of the map where there's really, really big, cave system. Or it's not a cave system, but there's really, really big sets of caves, so lots of ores to be found. If you want to make full armor or whatever, you can go to there. Or there's this island all the way in the corner, which is probably the most isolated and protected, but again, it takes a long time to get here. I'm going to quickly night vision myself for this. But it takes the longest to get here, of course. But it has 2 trees all to itself, as well as some sugarcane. So it's a pretty good, island choice if you want to be on, the far away from people. The cool thing about the size, besides the fact that it's, lots of different islands, they're all grass, but all kind of different, is the fact that once you've, actually got your stuff and you want to kill people, you don't have to spend forever looking for people. Because the map is this size, even if you're on this side of the map and someone's over there, you can still just about see them if you're in, if you have name tags and maps off. If you have name tags and maps on, you can make this go a lot faster, but even with those things off, because a lot of people don't like them, you can still, roughly see where people are. If you don't see people, they're underground, start digging down, and you can do that. It's just really, really great for that thing. So I briefly mentioned this earlier, but this map has very few trees too. That's something you can fix if you want. As I said, it's customizable, but in its current form, it makes you fight for the wood, which is something I really appreciate. So once you've chopped down the 7 trees the map comes with, so there's 5 and then 7, the only way to get more is to plant, trees and then to sapling them that way. And it basically makes wood this really rare resource that you have to fight over at the start of the game, and it makes for a really cool thing. So even with a grace period, you can make it so it's kind of competitive fighting, but you can't actually punch each other. I just really like the idea of what you can do with the limited number of trees. I guess with a grace period, you might actually want more trees, but it's really cool, just little system in place. They're all kind of spread out. There's a lot of fighting going to be going on, and I really like the idea, as I just said. So that's something you can do. And just the final thing that makes this a really, really good Hunger Games seed is the fact that all of the caves, as I said earlier, They all also have got night vision potion on. They're all, you know, kind of limited in their scope. Like this one just goes up to here. Most of them go underground a little bit. They lead some ores, and then they come back up to the surface elsewhere, or they end. So there's no caves that go all the way down to bedrock. So you have to find someone that's all the way down there that probably has diamonds. Most of the, you know, digging and ores you need are at the surface and can just be found pretty easily. So yeah, that's something that I find really cool about this seed. It's just really, really great for that. So, really, really great as far as size is concerned. Really, really great as far as caves are concerned. And just a pretty good all-round Hunger Games seed if you just want to type it in and do it. So, as I said before in the video, the seed is pretty easy to do, and you can just load it up, get some friends in, start playing a game. That's what I like about it. So as well as just being a really good Hunger Games seed, I figured I'd list why this is a good seed just in general. So it works as kind of a survival island thing. It's a really, really big survival island, so it's not really survival island. But you've got just 7 trees to start with. You know, you have to reforest the island if you want more. And on top of that, it has something that's really, really rare in a seed that you won't use in the Hunger Games thing, but you will use in survival games. And that is an end portal, which is right next to the spawn. So here's where it is down below ground. You just have to dig right down from about here, which is literally, you can see this. There's the spawn. Here's the end portal. So here are the coordinates for the end portal. Plus the end portal by default comes with this here. I don't know how this makes any sense or what happened here, but it's pretty crazy. I think I have no idea how lava just spawned in midair, but that's just a thing that happens here. It comes with 1 ender pearl in, which isn't great, but it's just a really nice end portal that seems to just be kind of weird by itself. So yeah, that's why I think this seed is so great. I definitely recommend you check it out if you want to play Hunger Games with no fuss. You just want to play it, you know, get a seed going and do it. I know some people prefer the pretty, you know, built-up maps and stuff, but some people just like a basic survival game, or sorry, Hunger Game feel every now and then. So even I get them confused, and that's what this map is for. I'll also be live streaming this map, so if you want to see that'll be this Thursday. I hope you enjoyed this week's Seed Sunday. If you have any suggestions you want to see seeds from me, then let me know with the comments down below. It's pretty useful when you do that. Like the video if you liked it. Share the video to let people see this Hunger Games seed. Make people aware of it. It's pretty swell. And I'm going to go to an outro about now.